Go.
Hi, my name is Elijah.
I'm John Branch.
Hi, my name is Apriya.
Hi, my name is Daniel, and this is our documentary on human trafficking.
With North Carolina being among the top 10 states in number of trafficking reports in the past 10 years, this is no joke. There was 2,700 victims of human trafficking in the states alone that were identified. Today we will be looking into a trafficking case that happened not too long ago right here in Greensboro. The goal for this is to present this case among people in different generations and see how they respond, and if they will respond differently or the same. We will also be looking at each individual's perspective on human trafficking and see if they were aware of this local trafficking report or any trafficking reports at that matter.
All right, so were you aware of the Greensboro human trafficking?
No.
No. All right, so I'm gonna get my friend Daniel to explain it to you.
So basically, the Greensboro human trafficking case was... It was a case where here in Greensboro, North Carolina, at a spa and skincare, there was a case where...
If you want to, you can start over and just do it.
No, he's sure. It's a
Sure,
cutscene.
we can cut it straight. But yeah, two Chinese national women, they were being forced into prostitution and worked for free in the back of a business. And this was all carried out by a single person so far known by the name of Li Xin-chen. And she's being charged with 2 felony counts of promoting prostitution and 1 count of continuing criminal enterprise. And now, the ages of these 2 Chinese national women was 33 and 46. And the question to follow with that is, were you surprised by the age of the victims?
Yes,
Why?
because most prostitutes are young. Most times, especially when it comes to trafficking, they're finding young girls around the age of 12 to 15 and 16 of age.
All right. And then the final question, it doesn't really have to do regards with the Greensboro case, but we did our research and it found out that human trafficking was highest among African American women. Why do you think the percentage is so high?
Because I think that slavery has never ended. They're still in Africa today. They're still doing the same thing: slavery, human trafficking of young girls. We've had cases here in Beaufort County and Pitt County where they found young girls that have been moved from county to county doing the same thing.
Right.
I think with that, there's still a lot of money being made, so they're not going to end something that makes a lot of money.
Oh, I'm sorry. I did not realize the flash was on. Okay. Were you aware of the Greensboro human trafficking ring that was going on?
No.
Okay, well, we have context in case you didn't know. So apparently it was 2 Chinese nationals aged 33 and 46, excuse me, and they're forced to live in the back of their business. They couldn't communicate with the outside world. I'm sorry, if you don't mind me asking, what's your ethnicity?
Mexican.
Okay. So, and they were forced to live in the back. They forced to live in a cramped room with bunk beds in a small kitchen area. They couldn't communicate with the outside world. So the guy ended up getting arrested, so now that you are aware, how do you feel necessarily about that?
I think it's crazy that stuff like this is going on, like especially here in Greensboro. Like you would never think about it. But I mean, the world is crazy. So like, it's
but I mean, like right in Greensboro, you don't expect it to be. You always hear about like crazy in the news,
like other places,
exactly.
But like never here in Greensboro, and it's shocking just because living here and like that's going on. It's crazy.
So did the ages of the women shock you if they were 33 and 46?
Not really. I think it's just like, because usually when you hear about like human trafficking, I feel like I always like relate it to like younger individuals.
Exactly.
But I mean, anyone could like go through this, and it's like just crazy to know that.
Especially because, like I said, they're Chinese nationals, so they probably didn't even speak much English. So he probably took advantage of it.
Exactly. So I think that's what the case is with that, like just like that they're being taken advantage of, and they don't know anything. So like, You know what I'm saying?
Okay, hold on. I have one question. I'm trying to scroll it down. Okay. And then, according to Human Trafficking Search, in a recent report by the Office of Victims of the Crime, the confirmed of sex trafficking victims, 40.4% were African American. Does the number shock you?
What was that? Can you read the number again? I'm sorry.
40.4% of people who are trafficked are African American. Does that shock you at all?
Yeah, and is that in here in the country or?
Yes, it's in the country, like throughout.
Wow. I mean, it's just a crazy world that we live in, and like, there's other things going on, and like, it's crazy that till this day we still hear about things like this going on.
We tie in with our topic, human trafficking. We use wood cultivation. The reason we chose this reading because people have all this social media and they look past human trafficking and don't really know like what's going on behind the scenes. And with this showing, it brings it forth basically.
All right, so time for my reflection. And initially, I felt with this topic, human trafficking, I felt uneasy because I knew how complex this topic was, and I knew how serious and real it is, and how dark of an enterprise it can be. And after doing the research and as a group, we found that there was really negative numbers and like how the rise of it continues to go up. I feel like there needs to be more light shown on this subject. It needs to be brought up to the public more. But yeah, that's human trafficking in a nutshell.
We tie in with our topic, human trafficking. We use wood cultivation. The reason we chose this reading because people have all this social media and they look past human trafficking and don't really know like what's going on behind the scenes. And with this showing, it brings it forth basically.
I like the project because it taught me a lot about human trafficking and working with others and interviewing people.
Hi, my name is Elijah.
Okay, I learned that human trafficking can affect people of different ages, not just teenagers or like kids who run away from home.